Alright, guys, now it's time to react to the biggest game of the day and probably maybe the season so far. Alabama just lost to unranked Texas A&M. Number one, Alabama just lost to unranked Texas A&M. Oh my goodness. And Alabama has shown that they've been mortal. I mean, they had a close game with Florida. And then it's just, I mean, they've had a few slow starts, but they've mainly been able to power through and take care of business. But today, I mean, they were trailing by 14. It was 24-10 at halftime. Then they were able to get back in the game, go back and forth with Texas A&M a little. But Texas A&M in the end got the play that got the 41 to 38. What a game. I'm in just disbelief. 19 straight games that they won. And they lose to Texas A&M. And they have not lost to a non-ranked opponent since 2007. Like, this is groundbreaking right here. This is crazy. And if Alabama loses to Georgia, which could happen as Georgia has looked pretty immortal all year. I mean, except for the Clemson game, but that was when Clemson's defense was ready for a college football playoff. If Georgia beats Alabama, Alabama's out of the playoff. Alabama looking like college football playoff favorites again this year. Maybe out of the college football playoff again. Just let that settle in for a second. I don't know if I can. Because I think it's likely Georgia can beat Alabama in the SEC championship. Because, I mean, Georgia has not been able to use JT Daniels hardly at all this year. I mean, against Clemson, against South Carolina State. I mean, not South Carolina State, South Carolina, my bad. And then he was also used for 2 quarters against, the team's not on top of my head, but he was used for 2 quarters in one huge blowout for Georgia. And that's been it. I mean, he's been injured all year once he gets healthy, but they've had the luxury of relying on Stetson Bennett. But yeah, no, I mean, going back to this game for Alabama, this just shows that Alabama's mortal this year. I mean, I don't know what it is, but they're mortal. Their defense just got Texas A&M'd by Calzada, who I remember making fun of before the Arkansas game, and sure enough, he disappointed in that game. But Calzada, they allowed to make him look like, I don't know what to compare him to. I mean, they made him look good though tonight. I will give credit. Calzada is not too bad of a quarterback, though. I mean, he really isn't. I don't feel like I don't know. He's the type of quarterback to lead a college football team, but college football playoff team. Excuse me, but I mean, Alabama's one loss. I think they'll win out, but if they lose that SEC championship, they're out of the playoffs. Like, they'll straight up just give Oklahoma and Ohio State or Cincinnati a chance. Like, it's win or go home for Alabama for the rest of the season. They'll still probably be a New Year's Six team, no doubt about that. But if they go 11-2, their season is over for the college football playoff in terms of that, and that's pretty much what this program rides off of now, is college football playoffs. I mean, yes, they did have an off year in 2019 when LSU beat them. And then, sure enough, Auburn beat them the next week in the Iron Bowl. Well, not next week, but like in the beginning of the Mac Jones era. And so it's kind of looking scary for Alabama. Like, they're going to now need to be fighting to get back into the playoffs. I think that they're going to probably be dropped to 4 or 5. And I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow, because this has been a wild weekend. I mean, Ohio State is looking to get back into the playoffs, and they've been looking lights out. And I feel like they have the schedule to get them into the college football playoff. And if Oklahoma gets things rolling with Spencer Rattler and they stay undefeated, Alabama's going to need to really blow away Georgia in that SEC championship game. Keep in mind, Cincinnati's in consideration, but I feel like the Power 5 schools may get more indication because Cincinnati's only played a few Power 5 schools. I mean, Cincinnati probably should, but it's just with how they've been, their schedule, they'll probably just remain 5 or 6 for the rest of the year. But the college football playoff world is getting wild right now. I think Alabama, as long as they win out and they beat Georgia, they'll be in. But if they don't, it's game over. So it will be interesting to see what happens to Alabama. And what happens. This has been a wild day in college football. I will react to a game or two to end off the night. But thank you guys for watching this. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of Alabama right now? Let me know down below. And do you guys think Alabama's going to make a run back into the playoffs, or do you think they're just going to fall short at the end of the season? Let me know down below too, and I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next video.